Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all having a great day. Today's video is going to be about the lesson of patience. What does it mean to be patient, especially if we are striving for something, working towards a goal, and trying to obtain something? This has definitely been a big lesson for me, for sure. Is learning how to be patient with most of anything, right? Especially if you're somebody, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I've mentioned in a couple of my videos before. If you're somebody who is, you want to do things right, you want to make things happen, you want to, you're working towards something, some sort of goal, some sort of dream, some sort of anything, and sometimes it doesn't happen either fast enough or the way that we want it to happen, right? Like we always usually have a preconceived notion of how we expect our dreams or our goals to come to fruition. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. Sometimes it can happen in a completely different way, whether that be it's never really bad. It usually ends up being good, but it's never what we expected, right? And so we have to learn how to be patient with this. Now, unfortunately, most of us, I'm just speaking from experience, most of us, we put blockages in our own brains, right? Like we're putting in the effort, we're doing the tasks, we're doing the things, and we're trying to make things happen, and it doesn't, or it's not. It doesn't seem to be like clicking or connecting. And so we develop these subconscious blocks in our brain that's like, it's almost like we're telling ourselves like, it's never going to happen, right? There's almost like this feeling of kind of giving up. So we have to do our best to not get caught up in the giving up subconscious behavior, right? Of like you're still kind of doing the stuff, but you haven't really seen any results. So you're just kind of like, well, I'm not really going to expect anything because I don't actually expect it to work because it hasn't yet, right? It hasn't yet. That's where the patience comes in. And now patience it's not just sitting around and waiting, right? It's not like you're just sitting on your butt, sitting on your hands, and you're just kind of like, waiting for something to happen. That's not exactly what patience is. Now, part of patience can be that, where you might just have to take rest days. You might just have to kind of like, well, I've done everything I needed to do for today, so I'm just gonna kind of, go for a walk or something, right? You just kind of like, you not really know what else to do, so you just kind of do something, right? But we have to be patient, and with patience is it hasn't happened yet, right? So we have to kind of get out of our own ways and let it happen. Right? That's kind of like what patience is. You've put in the effort, you've put in the time, you're putting in the skills, the practice, whatever it is you're trying to work towards, and you've put in the energy, you've put in the, you're manifesting, you're trying to, energy, you're putting it into the project, and then you just kind of have to let it be. Let it be what it's going to be. And let it surprise you. This is something I've found too, is let it surprise you. Let your goal come to you in the way that's best and the most unexpected, right? Because like I said, we have these preconceived notions of like, it has to happen this way, right? Sometimes we get caught in the kind of banging our head against the brick wall when it's like, it's not happening the way I wanted to. Why isn't it working the way I wanted to? That's where you just need to be patient, right? Put in the energy. Put in the effort, you put in the work, put in the time, you get the books, you do the skills, and then just let it come. Let it come. How do we let it come? Well, for example, like going for a walk, right? We can do other tasks that might be good for, self-care, right? That's kind of a part of being patient. You're like, okay, I've done it. I'm just going to let it go. And then I'm going to go about my day and do the things that are also good for me, right? And to not get caught up in like, why isn't it happening? Blah, 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 right? That's when we get that really negative self-talk and the blockages that'll kind of seep into your subconscious of like, it's not happening. Don't hyper-focus on that. When you hyper-focus on that, it's kind of the saying of where focus goes, energy flows, right? So if you're constantly focusing on it's not happening yet, it's not going to happen because you're perpetuating that. You keep telling yourself it's not happening. So it's going to create that loop of it's not going to happen. But if you can kind of get out of your own way and be patient, and you know you put in the work, right? You know you've put in the energy, you know you've put in the effort, and you put in the practice, and you put in the hours, and you know that. You're like, okay, I did do it. So it is going to happen. I might just have to be a little bit patient. I might just have to wait a little bit, right? That's okay. That's okay. Another big thing with patience, this was a lesson that I learned a couple years ago, is positive expectancy, right? You put in the time, you're being patient, and then you expect the positive, right? And that's like very lightheartedly, like keep it very just kind of like, in a loving way. You're like, okay, like I've done it, so obviously I expect good results. And even if the results aren't good, it might be a detour, it might be a lesson that you might have to learn until the results can be better, right? It's just kind of that patience game. Just because it's not happening now, just because it's not happening exactly in this moment, the way that your brain wanted it to, right? You're like, it has to happen this way. Just because it's not doing that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen at all. You just got to take a step back, positive expectancy, and let it happen. Let it happen naturally as it's supposed to. Life has a funny way of kind of sending your dreams and your goals and your manifestations to you in, I don't know how to describe it. It's never usually what you expect. And it's always kind of like in a funny way. You're like, I wasn't even looking over there. I was expecting this. Well, this showed up. Right? And that's what patience is. You're just you're letting it flow naturally. You know you've done the time. You've done the stuff. Now just be patient and expect it to happen. Right? Expect it to happen. I think that's a big part of it is the expectation. Right? If you keep telling yourself it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen because you're affirming that. You're literally reaffirming that into your subconscious mind, into the universe. You're like, it's not going to happen. You're like, well, okay, yeah, because you said it's not. So it's not. But if you say like, all right, it's going to happen. I don't know how, but it's going to happen. So I'm just going to be patient now. I'm going to keep doing the work. I'm going to keep doing the stuff. I'm going to keep vibing, keep putting the energy where I need to put it. And then I'm just going to let it be. I'm just going to let it be, and I'm going to be patient about it. Right? I'm still working on these myself, and some things have been happening, right? Like I've been putting my energy out there, and I did have that period of just like beating my head against the brick wall, like it's not happening. It's not happening. It's like, well, yeah, if you give yourself a concussion, of course it's not going to happen. But if you trust yourself, you trust your abilities, you trust your time, you trust your effort, you trust your energy, and you put it out there, and you continue to do so, and you allow yourself to kind of get out of the way, and you expect it to work, you're basically telling yourself it's going to work. I know it's going to work. I don't know how or where or when or why, but it's going to. Letting yourself kind of take a step back out of the picture is one of the biggest unblockages to the subconscious mind when we are trying to accomplish something. So if you get the feeling that your goals, your dreams, your projects, whatever it is you're working towards isn't happening fast enough or isn't happening yet, just give yourself some time. Just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it's not happening at all. Just because it's not here right now doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You just got to give yourself more credit, give yourself some grace, be patient, give yourself some time, and keep putting in the effort. Right? It's like, well, what if I am doing it? What if I'm still doing it? I haven't stopped and nothing's happening yet. Be patient. Patient doesn't necessarily just mean waiting. You can go do something else for a while. But as long as you keep that positive expectancy and let it surprise you. I think that's also the big block of it, right? Letting it surprise us. We want it to look a certain way. And when it's not looking that way, we get even angrier. It's like, it's not happening. It's like, well, it is happening. It's just not happening like that. It's happening like this over here. Something you weren't even expecting. So give yourself some credit. Give yourself some grace. Calm down. Take a break. Take a breath. Go get a snack. Go for a walk. Right? Do something productive. And if you need to just wait and be patient, like literally just like waiting and like watch a movie or something, that's fine too. But as long as you keep the expectancy of like, it is going to happen. It just might happen in a way that you're not able to recognize yet. So give yourself some credit. Be nice. Take it easy with most of all this stuff, right? With growth or goals or anything, it does take time. It takes practice. It takes patience, right? And I think with patience, there's a level of love too. You have to love yourself enough to let yourself kind of put up your hands and be like, all right, I'm ready and willing for whatever may come, kind of deal. So I hope you guys are having a great day. This just came to me again today, and I felt like the need to express it and share it because it's something that I'm working on as well. Getting out of my own way, getting my brain out of the picture and saying, stop it, move you aside, and just let the world and life, the universe, whatever you want to call it, surprise me of my own goals and my own aspirations and the things that I want to achieve. So I love you guys. Doing awesome. Thank you guys so much again for watching. If you do like the videos, please like, comment, subscribe. And I know I keep talking about doing a martial arts video. I promise that's going to be the next one. This one just came out to me and it felt very kind of fitting, especially with, I don't know, the world seems to be, there's a lot going on right now, right? So we all just need to kind of take a second, take a chill pill, relax. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. Give yourself that grace. Positive expectancy. Get out of your own way and let it surprise you. Just be patient. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.